Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jamilat and this is where we'll learn the art of beading step by step. Today we're dividing into the basics of beading, specifically two techniques every beginner should master: stringing and knotting. These are the foundations that will help you create everything from simple bracelets to stunning statement pieces. So let's get started. Before we begin, here's what you need: beads of your choice, beading thread or wire, a needle if your beads have small holes, scissors, and of course a clasp to finish off your piece. Let's start with stringing, the simplest and the most common beading technique. Stringing is basically sliding beads onto a thread or wire to create jewelry. It's quick, versatile, and perfect for beginners. So the first step is preparing the thread. You'd have to cut your beading thread or wire to the length you want, adding a little extra for finishing. Secure one end with a bead stopper or a piece of tape so your beads don't fall off. Step 2. Adding beads. Now, simply slide your beads one by one onto the thread. You can play with patterns, alternating colors, mixing bead sizes, or adding spacers for a professional look. Step 3. Finishing off. When you're done, attach a clasp to both ends. Use crimp beads if you're working with wire. They hold everything securely in place. And just like that, you've made your first beaded piece. Stringing is popular because it's quick, beginner friendly, and versatile. You can create simple everyday jewelry or elegant designs just by changing your beads and threads. Let's see an example. If you pick a stretchy elastic cord and string colorful beads on it, you instantly get a cute bracelet. If you use silk thread with gemstones, you can make a more professional necklace. Now, let's get down to another basic, which is knotting. Knotting is a technique that adds both strength and style to your designs. Knotting is especially popular in pearl jewelry because it keeps the beads in place and prevents them from rubbing against each other. Knotting in beading and jewelry making is a technique of tying knots between beads or at the end of a project using thread, cord, or a stringy material. We have like 4 purposes of knotting. The first one is security. Keeps the bead in place so they don't scatter if the thread breaks. Then another purpose is spacing. This adds small gaps between beads for a neat professional look. Another purpose is protection. It prevents the bead, especially the delicate ones like pearls or gemstones, from rubbing against each other. Then the last purpose that we have here is design. Knotting actually creates decorative knots, and these are parts of a jewelry style. Then, example of knotting use. One, we have pearl knotting. It's a small knot tied between each pearl so they don't scratch each other and the strand flows beautifully. Another one we have is called macrame knotting. This is actually a quilted knot used to create patterns for bracelets, anklets, or even wall hangings. Then the last one, which we'll be focused on in this video, is the finishing knots. These are the knots that are tied at the end of a bracelet or a necklace to secure the project. So in essence, a finishing knot is the final knot you tie at the end of a beading, jewelry making, or a thread-based project to secure your work so it doesn't unravel. It's like the full stop at the end of your design. The finishing knot has a few purposes. One is it keeps the bead, the thread, or the wire from loosening. Another purpose is it locks in your work neatly and securely. Then the last one is it prevents unraveling during wear or handling. There are a few types of finishing knots. One, we have the overhand knot, which is commonly used. It's just a simple knot tied at the end of the thread to stop beads from slipping off. Then we have surgeon's knot. This one is like a stronger version of the overhand knot, and it's mostly great for elastic thread. Then we have crimp bead or crimp knot. This is commonly used for wire projects where you secure the wire with a crimp bead instead of tying, and it's more professional. So there's an extra tip though. After tying a jewelry knot, it is best to add a dab of clear jewelry glue or nail polish for extra security before trimming off the excess thread. So in short, knotting is just the art of using knots in jewelry or beadwork for strength, design, and beauty. So now that we've talked about stringing and knotting, what's the difference? Stringing is faster and it gives a sleek, continuous look. Knotting takes a little more time but adds durability, elegance, and a professional touch. Then here are a few quick tips. Use stronger thread for heavier beads. Always leave extra thread when cutting because you need it for finishing. Then the last tip that I'll be dropping here is don't be afraid to mix both techniques in one design. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who would love to start beading. Thanks for watching, and remember, every masterpiece begins with a simple bead. See you in the next video. Bye.